Today, we will look at 5 interesting cases of corrupt cops. On October 13th, 2021, 911 received a call alleging that a person was using dogs at an intersection to solicit sympathy and money. When Officer Sierra Brooks of the Gastonia Police Department arrived on scene, she saw Joshua Rohrer, a disabled and homeless veteran, standing in the median of the roadway with his prescription service dog Sunshine.
I just saw you take money from that car.
Yeah, you saw me take money, but you didn't see me ask.
All right, let me get your ID, okay?
You can't ask for my ID for
yes, I can.
giving me money.
Okay, get your dog, okay? Yes, I can. It's called panhandling. You can give me your ID or you can go to jail for RDO. Which one you want to do?
What's the ID for that?
Because I'm about to write you a citation.
For what?
For panhandling.
That's not panhandling.
Yes, it is.
If you come up to me and give me money...
You walked out to the car.
Because they stopped.
Give me your ID.
You saw the whole situation.
Give me your ID or you're going to jail for RDO, which is resist, delay, obstruct. Okay?
You're going to write a disabled veteran that's living in the woods a ticket.
Yes, because I asked you not to do it, and you
I
didn't
do it. You
and I
see
sit
me.
there
I
and
come
watch
up here. I'm packing my stuff up.
I sit there and watch you.
You watch me walk up the sidewalk.
Back in Third City. I'm out with that subject.
Like, you literally watch me walk up the sidewalk.
Okay,
you
give me your
watch the
ID,
car stop. I'm recording.
You violated a city
No, I
ordinance.
didn't. No, I didn't. There's no city ordinance that says somebody can't give me money. Because I did
And you
not ask.
obstructed traffic.
No, I didn't.
I probably need a sergeant out here. He's refusing to give me his ID. Now you see we got a sergeant and multiple units on their way out here. And I can almost guarantee you it's not going to go the way you want it to go.
I want to talk to a supervisor.
He's on his way out here.
Her phone helped her Castle Drive, the subject refuses to give ID.
10-4, he requested a sergeant.
Doing all right, sir.
Just out with him. I told him he couldn't be on the median.
Yeah, and that's why I was
just
packing
saw
my
him
stuff up.
Walk out to a car to get money.
Yeah, I saw him at Circle K the other day with the car.
So now he's refusing to give me his ID because I'm going to write him for violating the city
She's
ordinance.
trying to write me a ticket because I was walking up this, packing
No.
up. She told me to pack up.
I told
and
you
I was
I
literally
told-
rolling up my
listen,
roll. People give me money without me asking. I don't have to ask.
Because let me tell you, because you're not a lawyer. You can get one, but I can tell you how the law works.
Packed
Listen,
up like you told me
I just
to.
want you to know you can go to jail for this ordinance. If you continue to argue with officers, you're going to go to jail, and we are going to call animal control for your dog. You got it? You cannot be here.
That's fine. I told her I was
Okay,
leaving.
and I interpreted you asking for money because you're
Yeah,
like
that
this.
is-
And
that-
you
you
walk out
can't-
to the car.
You're writing me a ticket for a
Can we
crime
get your
I
ID?
didn't commit.
Can we get your ID?
Dude, I didn't commit this crime.
But you're also in the median after I've told you not to be here before.
And that's why I was vacating, because she asked me to leave. And I was literally walking
I also
up here.
asked
I
you
didn't
not to
ask
take
anybody
money.
for money.
Okay.
That's right. I'm taking this to trial.
You can.
You're wasting taxpayer dollars.
Okay.
Well,
I pay my taxes too.
Officer Maurice Taylor arrives on the scene and claims that Mr. Rohrer violated a city ordinance by panhandling. Mr. Rohrer disputes this allegation, claiming that he did not commit a crime because he did not actively solicit money, but merely accepted it. According to Gastonia's ordinances, it is considered illegal to approach another person or force oneself in their presence to solicit, beg, demand, or offer to work for money. The ordinance defines harassment as approaching or speaking in such a way as to cause reasonable fear of imminent harm or criminal activity. It also defines intruding as continuing to make demands at close quarters after a negative response, or engaging in behavior interpreted as coercion. While it could be argued that Mr. Rohrer's wave could be seen as an act of asking for money, it is clear that he was not assaulting or forcing himself on anyone as defined by the regulation.
There you go.
no, your state ID, not your VA
This
ID.
isn't valid. It's not valid.
I need your state ID, not your VA ID. I'm going to ask you one more time.
It's not even valid.
Give me
It's
your state
out of
ID.
date.
All right, turn around. You're being arrested.
Whoa, what
You're under
for,
arrest.
dude?
Turn around.
Are you kidding me?
Turn around.
Do
Turn
you
around.
see this?
Turn around.
Somebody help me!
Turn around.
Hey, what are you doing?
Stop.
What are you doing?
Sir.
Mama!
Hey.
What are you
Hey.
doing?
Call your dog off. 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 Sir, call your dog off. Call your dog off. He just bit me. He bit me. Call your dog off. To Charlie. Call your dog off. Call your dog off. Call your dog off. Call your dog off. We need. To Charlie 10 City. We need more units. We need more units.
Stop! Why are you doing this?
The police tasered the dog on the pretext that it had bitten him. but the body camera footage does not show any such behavior of the dog towards the police. In addition, since this dog is specially bred for service purposes, when it sees that its owner is in mental or physical difficulty, it tries to be as close as possible to comfort him and climbs on top of the car. Although the police officer perceived this as aggressive behavior, the video clearly shows no such behavior on the part of the dog.
Turn around.
Record this!
Turn around, sir.
Help me!
2 Charlie 10 City, taser deployed on the dog.
No, take that. Charlie 10 was bit by the dog.
It bit my foot and I knew it was going to bite you, sir.
Charlie was bit by the dog.
10-4, it didn't break my boot, but it bit my boot.
Relax and give me your hands.
Why are you doing this? I haven't done anything.
His dog is never protecting
I get you, but I have to do what I have to do. The dog bit me, okay?
No, it didn't, because you shot him with a taser.
What did they ask you for?
His
They asked me for my
ID.
ID, and then he grabbed me and tackled
because
me
you
and threw
wouldn't
me
give
on
it
the
to me.
floor. I was in
Because
the
you wouldn't give it
process
to
of
me.
handing it to you.
This dog has been out here for months. His dog was never
Okay, okay, we're doing what we have
They
to do.
tased my dog.
We have to do our
Here's
job.
the thing. Y'all didn't see the whole story, so just back up.
Dude, you didn't either. You're harassing
Don't
me
need
and
to be nice right now. Really need to be nice.
Thank you. I need your information. Somebody please help me. They're trying to kidnap me. I don't know what they do with Sunshine. Where's my dog? Sunshine Ray. I need my dog. She's my medical device.
The dog's always there. He never bites anybody. You come give him money.
I get, but when we're trying to detain the owner, of course the dog's going. And I asked him to call his dog off. The dog got on the hood of the car, and the dog began barking. The dog initially barked and bit my boot, but it didn't break my boot. I did not want this dog to bite my partner. You understand?
No, I understand.
Okay, we asked for his ID. He refused us to give us his ID.
Officer Taylor claims Mr. Rohrer was arrested for refusing to show ID for a citation, despite Mr. Rohrer providing his federal veteran ID. North Carolina statutes define resisting officers as willfully obstructing official duties. Legal precedent indicates that failure to provide identity during a lawful stop can constitute resistance. In Mr. Rohrer's case, he offered a verifiable veteran ID, though officers argued for a state ID. Mr. Rohrer explained his expired state ID lacked the correct address. Legal cases highlight that a resisting charge should be dismissed if there is insufficient evidence of willful and unlawful obstruction. Applying this precedent, Mr. Rohrer could have a strong defense against resisting charges related to providing his expired state ID rather than his veteran's ID.
I'm not sure if she's mad because he's here all the time and they don't like the fact that we had to do what we had to do.
Please help me.
I'll taste it. Yeah, it didn't break. His dog initially bit me.
No, you
It didn't break
tased
my
my
boot.
dog.
It got
My
on the
dog
thing
was
and I-
running
and the dog-
away and he
and I
shot
thought the
her
dog-
while she was
I
running
didn't-
away.
I didn't shoot her. I tased her.
Yes, he did. He tased her for no
My camera's
reason.
still on.
My dog never hurt anybody.
And you seen the dog go which way?
It ran down this way somewhere. I'm good, but
EMS or anything?
no, it's. I'll talk to you later.
After his arrest, Mr. Rohrer faced charges, but a plea agreement on July 6, 2022 led to the dismissal of all charges related to his October 13, 2021 arrest. Instead, he pled guilty to driving while license revoked, receiving a 2-year probation. On June 30th, 2023, Mr. Rohrer filed a lawsuit against Officers Taylor and Brooks, the city of Gastonia, and others, alleging violations of various rights, mental health repercussions, and the tragic death of his service dog, Sunshine. The lawsuit is pending. During Mr. Rohrer's custody, Sunshine escaped, was tragically killed in traffic, and Mr. Rohrer attempted suicide. He sought therapy and medication for mental health repercussions. In January 2022, Officer Brooks received a 3-day suspension, and Officer Taylor resigned in February 2022. In August 2022, the district attorney announced no criminal charges against the officers. On November 27, 2022, at a Walmart in Spring Hill, Florida, Tony Nocquin and his girlfriend, Lauren Caldwell, were browsing, a routine they followed frequently. During this visit, Walmart's asset protection specialist, David Pettigrew, mistakenly identified Mr. Wynn as Cody Vondelinde, who had been banned from the store in 2018. Pettigrew promptly called 911, reporting Vondelindy's presence. However, he acknowledged not having a clear view of the person, avoiding eye contact. Deputy Michael McNeely from the Hernando County Sheriff's Office responded to the call, directed by Pettigrew towards Mr. Wynn, insisting he was Vondelindy. Deputy McNeely, approaching Mr. Wynn, called out Cody, leading to Mr. Wynn's swift handcuffing.
A year?
Yes, you can't come back.
That was like 10, 15 years
There's
ago.
no
What
limit
are
on
you
that.
talking about?
There's no limit on that. When
We
you're
are grocery
trespassing, you can't come
shopping.
back.
What are you talking about?
You're trespassing, so you're not allowed to be here, alright?
Where are you taking
Walmart
him?
wants you trespass as well, so let's go.
For what? For grocery shopping?
That guy right
No,
there.
for being trespassed.
For grocery
Hey,
shopping?
look, record him right there. Look, record him too. That fat guy.
What is going on?
He a cop too.
Where are you taking
Why are
him?
you pulling me? You don't have to pull me. You know I'm disabled, right? I have back issues. You don't have to pull me, sir.
You should be ashamed of yourself. I cannot believe you're doing this. Where are you taking him? Where are the keys?
I'm on pocket.
I cannot believe you're doing this. You should be ashamed of yourself. I need the keys.
Step away.
Hold on, calm down. Just calm down. Just calm down.
My car keys. I'll give her the car keys.
This is disgusting.
Sorry you feel that.
Sorry, I feel that way. No, that's a fact. You should be ashamed of yourself. What did he do? He has not done anything.
That's not true.
This is like 10 years ago.
I get you. Look, when you're trespassed, you can't come back.
No, they told me in court it was only a year.
We'll get all that sorted out, alright? If that's true, I'll let you go, okay?
Mr. Wynn informed Deputy McNeely that a trespass incident occurred around a decade ago, with court clarification indicating the warning's one-year duration. Deputy McNeely pledged to investigate this claim, referring to a 2013 shoplifting arrest that led to Mr. Wynn's Walmart trespass. Although court records lack specifics on the warning's validity, it's plausible for such warnings to expire. According to Florida statutes, trespassing involves entering or staying in a structure without authorization. Walmart, as public property, implies an invitation. However, a trespass warning can revoke this invitation. If Walmart issued a warning in 2013 valid for a year, Mr. Wynn's implied invitation might be reinstated after expiration. Even without a set expiration, Mr. Wynn could argue against trespass violation, given his regular issue-free visits.
Are you good to take these items for me? Hold on to them. Thank you. These are all his items, correct? Yeah. Okay, very good. Alright, can you follow me?
You guys should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. We are literally trying to grocery shop and Christmas shop. It's disgusting. Shameful.
Yep. Ma'am, what's your name? Can you step in here real quick? Please don't film in here. This is off-limits, okay? It's private establishment. They don't want you to. They don't want you to film in here. It's a private establishment.
Well, then I'm not stepping
That's
inside.
fine. What's your name? The manager here is requesting that you be trespassed from here. If you come back, you're subject to arrest. Do you
From
understand that?
Walmart?
From this Walmart. He's asking
But
that
I
you be
don't
trespassed.
understand why.
He doesn't have to have a reason. If you have a house and you don't want someone at your house for whatever reason in Florida, you can have them trespass. It's the same for Walmart. He's asking that you be trespassed. I'm giving
I've
you a
done
warning.
nothing. I understand,
It
but
doesn't.
I would like a reason.
You don't have to have a reason in Florida.
Really? I think
Dead
that's
straight.
crazy.
It is. This is your
I
warning.
understand.
Okay.
I'm just discussing it.
So the reason why he's going to jail tonight is because he's been warned in the past. There's no time limit on it.
You're taking
I'm going
him to jail?
Yes, it's called trespass after warning. He gave him a warning in the past,
When?
and he's back. I'm going to go double check that so I don't have an exact date. Right now, he's being detained. He's not under arrest because I have a crime at hand. I'm going to see if I have probable cause for the crime. It's a misdemeanor. It's not a big crime.
But you're
It
talking about
is a
taking
crime.
him to jail?
I'm going to verify that before I do. He's being detained right now, okay? So I need you to leave. You're being trespassed.
Deputy McNeely explained that a Walmart employee, likely Mr. Pettigrew, objected to Miss Caldwell filming inside the office, leading to her decision not to enter. Federal circuit courts, including the 11th Circuit covering Florida, recognize the First Amendment's protection of filming in public, subject to reasonable restrictions. However, it's important to note that the First Amendment primarily addresses government actions, not those of private individuals. The state action doctrine considers a private entity a state actor in limited circumstances. While Walmart, as a public space, can restrict filming, it's unlikely to be viewed as a traditional exclusive public function. Walmart has a right to ban unauthorized filming inside its stores, according to its official policy. Miss Caldwell's situation is a little different. Officer McNeely, representing the wishes of a private party, restricted filming in a non-public area on private property. While it may seem that Miss Caldwell's First Amendment rights are being violated here, the request is actually justified because it comes from a private individual.
I'm not leaving him. I'm not leaving him. And I always support you guys, but this is disgusting. This is horrible.
The trespass has been confirmed. He has been trespassed here actually this year. So he will not be staying here. He's going to be going to jail tonight. He will have a bond. You'll be able to bond him out, okay? Does that understand? You understand that?
Officer McNeely informed Miss Caldwell that Mr. Wynn, believed to be Mr. Vondelinde, was arrested for trespassing based on a warning to Vondelinde. An exemplary case permits an arrest to be made when officers in good faith believe one person to be another. Although Officer McNeely's belief as to Mr. Wynn's identity was based on limited information, courts have recognized that officers are not required to investigate every avenue before making an arrest. The question of whether the mistake was reasonable and the arrest constitutional depends on how a court evaluates the available information and Officer McNeely's actions.
This is horrible. We just came from the Springs. We were in this Jeep with a boat and a trailer.
I got you. But regardless, I need you to get in the car and drive away because if you come back here, you're going to also be going to jail for trespass, okay?
This is disgusting.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Can I speak to him?
It's up to him.
Make it quick.
Can we call Mike?
Can I at least get my phone and take my medication first, sir? Because
You can't take any medications before going to the detention center. Whatever you need, they can get you there.
Can I have my phone? Or and call Mike.
Yeah,
That's fine.
you can take your phone if you want. You can't use it.
No,
you can take it.
Yeah, I just need it for phone numbers,
Yeah.
Do you want her to drive it away? Because she's also trespassed from here. She can't hang out here.
I'm going. I can drive it.
You sure?
I'm just going to go to Mike's house. Yeah. I'm going to call them.
Just drive into the next parking lot or something and then pull over and then have Mike come get it. That's fine. Is that all right?
That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
as long as she leaves Walmart's property.
After Mr. Wynn's arrest, Officer McNeely took him to the Hernando County Jail. After confirming Mr. Wynn's true identity, Officer McNeely apologized and began driving him home. During the ride, however, McNeely received a call from his supervisor asking for a photo and identification. Subsequently, Mr. Wynn was detained again at the roadside for further investigation. Learning of Mr. Wynn's previous trespass warning, Deputy McNeely brought him back to jail and formally charged him with trespass on November 29, 2022. However, on January 25, 2023, the state attorney's office declared a lack of information, causing the case to be dismissed. Mr. Wynn then filed a federal lawsuit against Walmart, Mr. Pettigrew, and Deputy McNeely on March 2, 2023, seeking $10 million in damages. Allegations included racial profiling, false imprisonment, and false arrest. The federal lawsuit is still pending. On November 13, 2020, Trooper Jackson Little of the Arkansas State Police conducted a traffic stop on Mr. James for allegedly speeding.
Howdy.
Roll down all the way, man.
Why is that?
Roll down all the way so I can talk to you better.
We can talk, right? I mean,
roll it down all the way. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you.
What law is that?
Why are you starting this, man?
Well, you're telling me to roll my window. We can talk, right?
Yeah, roll it down more.
But why?
So I can talk to you better, man. I'm not going to talk to you through a crack like this.
We can talk.
I'm not trying to be rude to you, anything like that.
I'm really not trying to be rude to you either, but...
So what's the deal? Why don't you want to roll it down all the way?
Because I don't have to.
You want to?
You
just trying to be difficult?
I'm not trying to be difficult. Do you want my license registration?
Yeah.
What's the reason for stopping me?
First off, okay, I'm Trooper Jackson Little with the Arkansas State Police, okay?
I appreciate that.
The reason I'm pulling you over is speeding. You know how fast you're going?
I do.
How fast were you going?
I'm not going to answer that question.
Okay, I got you going 87 in the 65, man. That's a little quick.
I got this dash cam here.
Yeah.
And it records my speed.
Okay, how fast does it say you're going?
I'm not going to answer that question, but okay. I know it wasn't that. This is...
Okay. How
Registration,
fast do you think you were
insurance.
going, at least?
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay.
I'm really not trying to be difficult with you, sir.
So what's the deal then?
Well, what deal?
Like why are you just being so defensive and argumentative?
With what?
Everything I'm saying.
Well, I don't
First off,
believe.
I'm not being cooperative by rolling the window down. It's not a huge deal. I'd like to talk to you better. You know, instead of
I think that we're talking fine, though, aren't we?
We were. But
I just
it's
don't.
not. It's not.
Well, hold on. Let's start over.
We're not going to argue.
I don't want to argue with you, but
Okay.
let's start over.
Okay.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
My name's James. You have my
Nice
ID
to meet
here.
you, man.
And I just don't. The reason for the window, I'm not trying to be defensive or
Yeah,
argumentative or anything.
Yeah.
I just don't like to have it all the way down.
Why is that?
I just don't.
Why is that, man?
I just don't. you know?
Okay. Okay. Everyone's different, I guess.
Everyone is a little different, yeah.
Yeah.
You like it down, I don't, you know. It's,
Okay. Everything looks good here. So you don't think you were speeding?
I don't want to answer any questions regarding that.
Why not?
Trooper Little questions Mr. James about his speed, and Mr. James invokes his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, refusing to answer. The Fifth Amendment protects individuals from self-incrimination. This means that a person cannot be compelled to be a witness against themselves in a criminal case. Mr. James is within his rights to withhold answers that could potentially incriminate him. The Fifth Amendment applies not only to responses that would directly support a conviction, but also to those that could form a link in the chain of evidence needed for prosecution. It's a fundamental protection, ensuring individuals can avoid making statements that might be used against them in legal proceedings.
It's just,
It's not a huge deal, man. It's just speeding.
I get it, and I don't think it's a huge deal to not.
Something, you know, if you don't think you're going that fast, something could be wrong with your car or something, man. You know, you never know that.
To
I'm not trying to be
2021.
rude, nothing like that, man.
I'm not trying to be rude either.
I know you're being nice now, so I appreciate that.
Well, I feel like I've been nice.
Yeah, it's the deal is, man. We go, you know, if you give us signs by not being cooperative by the little things.
We're not
Sometimes
cooperating?
Just listen. Let me talk, okay?
Sure.
Okay. Those little things can mean a lot sometimes, man. For all you know, you could be trying to hide something, anything like that. So those are just little clues. I'm not saying you are. Not accusing
Well, we're
you of
just
anything.
operating within the bounds of the law right now, aren't
What'd
we?
you say?
Are we just operating within the bounds of the law right now?
We are.
Then
But those are just little clues, man. I mean, it's kind of weird when you don't want to roll your window down all the way. It's just a little weird, man.
it's a little weird that you're just demanding I do something. You said that you're not asking, you're telling me, and you don't have the legal grounds to tell me to roll my window all the way down. That's the only thing. That was a lie.
A lie?
Yeah.
It's not a lie.
Do I have to roll my window
I
down?
can make a bigger deal out of that. I'm not
Hold
going
on.
to, though.
Do I
I'm not
have to
going
roll my window down all the way? Is that
You
a
gotta do
law?
what I asked, man.
Is that a law?
And if you think that's violating whatever, we can take it to court. If that's
We can take that one to court. That is
Yeah.
not a law that
If
I have
if
to have my
even give
window
you a
all the way
ticket or
down.
anything like that. But like I said, it's speeding, man. It's not a huge deal.
And I understand that, and that's why I feel like we got off on the wrong foot, because you were telling me to do something that I don't have to.
I can tell you to do whatever I want. If you think it's
You
violating,
can tell me to do whatever you want?
If you think it's a violation of whatever thing you're talking about, we can take it.
Well, I don't think you violated anything right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal.
No, I think we have a disagreement on what the law says on the window.
What's the deal, man? Honestly, like what?
Well, there's zero deal.
Okay, so just what? Why couldn't
You've got me stopped.
Yeah.
You're accusing me of speeding, you say.
Yeah.
I've handed you my documents. I'm doing everything I'm legally required.
Trooper Little persistently asks Mr. James why he won't open the window all the way and interprets his reluctance as potential hostility. However, an individual's refusal to assist an officer's investigation does not automatically give rise to reasonable suspicion of a crime. This principle has been emphasized in legal precedents such as the 1983 Florida versus Royer case, in which the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that individuals approached by an officer do not have to answer questions and can move on as long as there are no reasonable objective grounds for detention. This case demonstrates that a refusal to cooperate with an officer's questioning does not by itself constitute grounds for suspicion.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you think I have a deal.
I just don't. Why can't you just really like what's so hard about just click?
Well, what's wrong with you said that so we can talk, but we're talking right now. So
Yeah, there's nothing
what
wrong
other
with it,
reason
man.
is there?
I'm just curious, honestly, why you can't just roll it down all the way.
I
don't know why don't
I'm
you
just
like
curious of why you're so stuck on it.
it just blows my mind. Like, why can't you just roll it down all the way, man? Like,
It blows my mind that you can't let it go. I thought we moved past this.
It's just a little funny to me, man. I'm behind the whole cop thing. I'm just kind of curious why you won't do it.
I just don't think that I am legally obliged to do that.
Yeah, I'm saying beyond that, why don't you just want to? Like, what's the big deal? You see, like, are you afraid or what?
I like my window. Well, I think that, yeah, a man approaches my car with a gun and...
Yeah, I'm not here to hurt you or anything like that.
I fully believe that, you know, but I'm allowed to have my defenses up, right? Do you believe I'm going to hurt you?
No, I don't.
But you got your defenses up, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's just a natural
all the stuff
thing.
going on, I guess it's kind of natural.
Yeah. I have nothing against you as a person.
Yeah, but
I'm just...
You got to think, man, not every cop's a bad cop, so I'm not here to hurt you like that, man.
And I'm fully on the side of the police.
Yeah.
But I
appreciate that.
Yeah, I have my ways I got to do things.
Yeah. I was just saying behind the whole cop thing, I was just kind of curious why you didn't want to go, like behind the whole, I'm the cop, you're the, violator, whatever, just kind of curious why you didn't want to roll it down, so.
Yeah, I just like it where it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone's different.
Sure.
Anyway, man, just hang tight here, okay?
Sure.
Put your stuff back, man. Here's what we're doing, okay?
All right.
Your record looked pretty dang good. I didn't see a speeding warning or ticket on there, okay?
Okay.
On you off with the warning, okay?
I really
know you don't think
appreciate
you're going that fast, but radar said you were, but I'm not writing you a ticket.
That's what I was going to ask, is if you're on radar, because I'm not lying to you, I wasn't going that fast.
How fast? Since we're beyond that, how fast was it?
I really can't answer that question.
Well, I'm not writing you a ticket, man. It's a warning, so I'm just curious what it says.
I understand, but there's a formality that's got to take place there.
What do you mean formality?
My right to remain silent on things.
I'm not going to walk back there and rewrite a ticket, man. I can promise you that. I'm just curious.
I can promise I won't answer the question.
You have my word. I'm not going to do that. I promise you. That's on my case.
Mr. James continues to refuse to answer questions even after Trooper Little issues a warning, assuring him that no ticket will be issued. Despite this assurance legally, Trooper Little could change his mind and issue a citation after the warning was given, leaving Mr. James's privilege against self-incrimination intact. Furthermore, it's worth noting that Mr. James's dashcam footage could potentially be obtained by the police and used against him in court if he were to confess to speeding. However, this would require the police to obtain a warrant for the digital data, adhering to legal procedures for obtaining such evidence.
Well, yeah, man, what's your name again?
My name's James.
Okay, nice to meet you, man. I'm
You
Jackson.
too.
Nice to meet you.
You too. What was your badge number?
587.
587. Is any of that going to be on the...
Oh, let's see. It should be. Yeah, name's right there. Badge number's right there, okay?
Perfect, man.
But yeah, besides that, man, I know that you don't think you're speeding. My radar said you were, but just be careful, okay?
Absolutely. And you too, for sure.
I appreciate it, man. And like I said, not every cop's bad, man. We're here to keep you
I think the majority of police are good.
Yeah.
You know, the saying goes, a few bad apples spoil the bunch.
Yeah.
And I think that's a bad case of what's happening.
It is not clear whether the person who shared the video has taken any action on the incident. I would like to know if you think Trooper Little would have been so friendly and polite without the dash cam. Don't forget to write your opinions in the comments. Now let's move on to the other clip. On the 9th of June 2020, First Amendment Auditor Mr. K was filming a traffic stop from a public sidewalk in Revere, Massachusetts. When the stop ended, Mr. K approached the detained vehicle to ask the reason for the stop. The driver answered the questions, and after he drove away, Mr. K continued to film the officers. The driver then went to Officer Dave Wilson and told him that he did not want to be filmed by Mr. K, and then left the scene.
How you doing?
Good, yourself?
He's a civilian. He's choosing to not be videotaped. You have to stop videotaping him. He's a civilian. You can videotape me all you want, but he does not want to be videotaped. It's not an option for you.
You're wrong.
Pardon me?
You're wrong.
No. He's a civilian. He doesn't want any part of it. That's what he just expressed to me. I'm not wrong. I know the law. You're welcome to videotape me. You cannot videotape him or his license plate.
Officer Wilson tells Mr. K that he cannot film a citizen who objects, but court case law, such as the 2011 Glick versus Cuniff case, establishes that filming public officials, including police officers in public, is protected by the First Amendment. Another case confirmed that filming during a traffic stop is protected. Individuals have no expectation of privacy in public places, which allows citizens to film others despite objections. The concept of a public expectation of privacy involves balancing the right to privacy with the First Amendment right to freedom of expression. Supreme Court jurisprudence has reinforced that actions such as filming in public are almost always protected, and that freedom of expression takes precedence over privacy concerns in the public sphere.
You're wrong.
I can videotape him and I can videotape you.
No, he's a civilian.
What does that mean?
He's a private human being.
So what does that mean?
What do you mean, what does that mean? Have a good day. Carry on.
Why don't you have a good day? There is no. Who? Did you just call me a loser? Did you just call me a loser? What's your name and badge number? Did you just call me a loser?
License or registration, please. What's your ID?
Did you just call me a loser?
You just approached the cruiser after I asked you not to. Do you have an ID on you, please, sir?
Did you just call me a loser?
Do you have an ID on you, sir?
Sir, can you call your supervisor?
I already have.
Okay, I'll wait
Listen,
for him.
you're very close.
I'll wait for
You
him.
should not walk up to police vehicles.
Why are you walking up to me?
After the auditor approaches the police vehicle, Officer Wilson gets out of the vehicle and asks the auditor for his ID without reasonable suspicion of a crime. No law prohibits citizens from approaching police vehicles. Therefore, there is no evidence that the auditor violated any order. Officer Wilson's request for identification was unreasonable.
I'm asking you for your ID.
6 feet, sir. You don't even have a mask on. You're putting my life in jeopardy, sir. Keep 6 feet away. Thank you, sir. Why are you approaching me?
Lower your camera. You're welcome to videotape me, but civilians don't have to be videotaped.
We'll see when your supervisor gets here. Why you keep
Control,
approaching
he's
me?
heading out into traffic. I'm going to have to detain him if he heads out into traffic.
This is a public easement. This is a public easement right here. So I could be right here. Can't detain me. For what? For asking, you can just call me a loser. I have it on camera.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, I have it on camera.
That's good for you. That's
Can
a
you
productive
identify
use of time.
yourself?
That civilian chooses to not be videotaped.
Can you identify yourself?
That's absolutely not. You have no lawful business here. You're not.
Can you identify yourself?
Absolutely not. Can you identify yourself?
Chapter 41, Section 98D states that upon lawful order, you must identify.
Upon lawful order, and
Yes.
you're giving me a lawful order.
Yes.
Yeah, no, nice try though.
The auditor asked Officer Wilson to identify himself, but Officer Wilson refused, contrary to Massachusetts law. Massachusetts general laws require officers to carry identification badges with their photograph and information and to produce them upon request.
It's a nice try. Google works well for you. I'd try that.
Didn't work out for you. What is
Again,
your badge, sir?
what is your
How come
lawful
you're not
purpose? You're
dispatched?
interfering with a motor vehicle stop. He didn't want to be videotaped. That's his prerogative. He's a civilian. You can videotape me. You cannot videotape him.
Okay, we'll see about that. So now we have an unmarked vehicle.
You may not videotape civilians who don't want to be videotaped.
The guy is gone, so there's no...
Well,
no...
he expressed to me he does not want to be videotaped.
Alright. Can you stop approaching me? Can you stop
Pardon me?
walking behind me?
Pardon me?
Don't be in my traffic, sir. Sir, back up. Go,
You did say it's a right of way, right? A public way, and I can
Yeah,
go
but
anywhere I
you're
want?
blocking me. Sir, can you have him back up? I'm fearing for my life.
Again, you're interfering with a
Look what
motor
he's-
vehicle
look
stop.
what- Is this what policemen
You
do?
have no business on that motor vehicle stop. No lawful business. You are interfering with a motor vehicle stop.
He's a police officer. You have to comply with the police officer. Comply? He's blocking my walk, my freeway to walk.
I have stopped
He didn't stop me. To inquire the situation that you're not complying with him. What are you talking about? You weren't even here. I'll wait for the supervisor. Wow, nothing to do in Revere. I'll wait for the supervisor.
Does not want to be videotaped. You cannot videotape him. It's illegal.
You have nothing to do. What law is that? Can you state the law? That I can't.
Pardon me? Can I
you
state the law? No, I don't have to state the law. I can tell you
You
that.
don't know
can
if it doesn't exist. What happened?
He does not want to be videotaped. He pulled up and asked me. He said, please have him remove me from that video. I do not want to be videotaped.
Okay.
That's his lawful business.
So what are you saying?
I'm trying to impart to you that you need to delete that application. He was not, it was a lawful motor vehicle
Where
stop
is the
and he
victim?
chose to not
Where is
be
the
videotaped.
victim? Is there a victim here? How's this work?
Again, I have no idea who he is. Just walked up and interfered with a motor vehicle stop.
who he is. I know exactly who
Just chose to interfere with a motor vehicle stop. The gentleman in the motor vehicle stop did not want to be videotaped. He expressed that. He was very articulate about it.
You lawfully could be arrested for interfering, right? You know that?
The auditor was warned that he could be arrested for interfering with a motor vehicle stopped by filming it. In Massachusetts, however, simply recording police interactions is not considered interference with police activities. Interfering with a police officer's lawful duties is a common law offense. In a related case, the Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court emphasized that interference requires physical obstruction or threats of violence against the officer for the purpose of obstructing their duties. In the case of the inspector, there was no physical interference or threat. He was merely engaged in a constitutionally protected activity by remotely recording the traffic stop.
How did I interfere? Explain that to me. How did I interfere? Explain to me, how did I interfere?
He asked not to be videotaped, very respectfully.
That is not allowed. There is no expectation of privacy in public, sir. You're totally wrong.
You're videotaping a civilian.
You are totally wrong.
Two parties.
See, there's a camera right there.
Doesn't matter. What's the big deal?
Is.
Are you enjoying this?
What are you talking about? Wow, there must be no crime in Revere to have 7. Why don't you go home? Why don't you go home? Trust me, I'm gonna be here before you until you leave. All y'all gonna leave before I do.
After a heated exchange of words, the officers eventually left the scene and allowed Mr. K to continue recording without further incident. Mr. K then visited the Revere Police Department to file a complaint against the officers. However, Lieutenant Du Schultz refused to allow him to file a formal complaint and insisted that the only disciplinary action would be an informal reprimand. Mr. K left the department without speaking to anyone from Internal Affairs. After the video was posted on YouTube, department received a lot of backlash from citizens. In response, the department released a statement on social media confirming that the investigation into the incident was ongoing. The statement was later updated to acknowledge that several policy violations occurred during the encounter. Revere Police Chief James R. Guido assured the public that the necessary precautions were being taken by initiating disciplinary action against the officers involved. What do you think about these incidents? Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments. You can find links to the original videos in the description. Take care and stay safe.